and Canelo only need one punch. You know what I mean? That really, basically, that's what it boils down to. I think Canelo only need one shot to change the game or change the fight. Crawford gonna have to stay consistent and win out. Gonna have to get ahead and stay ahead. You know what I mean? And then also looming is the controversy. Can Crawford win a close decision? I could never win a close decision. I never won a close decision. That's what's looming. I think if Crawford is going to guarantee victory, he got to stop him.
A man who ain't been stopped.
He got to stop him, bro.
It's challenge.
So that's going to be the challenge. So I like Bud. I've always loved Bud, bro. But he in for a hell of a fight. If Saul show up.
With the buzz building around the blockbuster clash between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, veteran voices in the boxing scene are sounding cautious. Many believe the Mexican champion could be facing a far greater challenge than he may be prepared for.
Crawford has the ability to outbox Canelo. You got to look at it. And then Canelo's older. Crawford has the ability, but he's small, and he can look bigger Crawford could look bigger in the weigh-ins and all that stuff, but it's always a difference. When you get that fight with somebody, you can tell. Same thing with Jamel. Jamel fought him, the twin. He fought Crawford, and in all the stuff, the weigh-ins and the press conference, Jamel looked like the bigger man. His head, his neck, everything looked bigger. But when they got in the fight, you can tell. You can see who really was the bigger man. And I think that's the same thing. Crawford is putting on weight, but it's not weight. Like Canelo had the weight already. He doesn't have to put on muscle. He doesn't have to do that. He's already big like that. But I think that Crawford does have the style. He does have the style to beat him. If you look at the people that beat him or gave him trouble, Irislan, De Lara, Austin Trout, Floyd, and Bivol. They gave him trouble and stuff like that. And Skull moved around a little bit too. So I think that Crawford has that. But I don't know how Crawford is gonna respond when he gets hit. Same thing with Jamel. Jamel was undisputed at 154, and Canelo hit him and shit. Jamel was like, hell no. Jamel took a knee. So it's a big difference. And Crawford had that one fight at 154, and he didn't. Madrimov would touch him up a little bit. And this is nowhere close to Madrimov. You talk about Canelo. Now, if it was just another bigger guy, I would go with Crawford. But you talk about this might be, people might kill me for it, but well, not really, but this might.
Liam Smith, the seasoned Liverpool fighter who once stood across the ring from Canelo, has voiced his opinion on the upcoming showdown. Smith, who fell to Alvarez in 2016 after a brutal body shot in the 9th round, believes the Mexican star has the edge over Crawford, though he won't walk through him easily. According to Smith, Canelo's choice of sparring partners, including elite welterweight talent Jaron Boots Ennis, proves just how seriously he's approaching this fight. Backing up that sentiment, former WBC light welterweight champion Regis Prograis also weighed in. While he fully respects Crawford's technical brilliance, Prograis emphasized a role age and size could play. At 35, Canelo still carries the physical advantages of strength and natural size, especially when compared to the lighter Crawford, whose frame is smaller than the likes of Sergey Kovalev or Gennady Golovkin, opponents Canelo has already faced. Prograis admits Crawford is smart and dangerous, but ultimately, he sees Alvarez's power and experience at super middleweight as the deciding factors.
Even been done before like this, but I don't think anyone's been successful at least at it. But he's got to. It's going to be tough. Like, I don't know how he's going to do it. But I just know Crawford is so smart in that boxing ring that if anyone's to do it, he's definitely someone that can do it. So the weight stuff should be a rule, and it is in boxing that you're just not meant to jump it. You're not meant to jump multiple weight divisions like he's doing. But if it's Terence Crawford and he's smart out there and he knows what Canelo has to offer, because Canelo's the one, he's jumped up from weight divisions too.
On the flip side, Jeff Horn, who has shared a ring with both men, sees things differently. Having been stopped by Crawford and later knocked out by Canelo, Horn still leans toward giving Crawford a real shot. He highlights Crawford's unpredictable style, his mastery of distance, and the way he lures opponents into mistakes as major weapons. Horn explained that Crawford isn't just technically sharp. He's exceptional at turning an opponent's aggression against them. His knack for making adjustments mid-fight and ensuring every punch counts is, in Horn's eyes, what makes him such a dangerous challenger for Alvarez.
I always said, look, both fighters are great. They're both great at what they do. I thought Canelo He was easier to hit. He had slow feet, but fast hands. I never expected him to have the fast hands he had. And obviously, he has a lot of power. That's one thing Crawford has to worry about, the size and the power. But then again, I saw a picture of Crawford where he was weighing around about 180 pounds, looked strong, looked big. And I think he holds the weight well. And he's another fighter that's very strong, very powerful. So, you know what? I do lean more towards Crawford in this fight because he's the more fresher fighter. He's not been in too many wars like Canelo's been in. But look, like I said, this is a top level boxing. This is.
Perhaps the loudest voice backing Crawford is former world champion Amir Khan. Having shared the ring with both men, Khan knows firsthand what each brings to the table. He was brutally knocked out by Canelo in 2016 and later stopped by Crawford in 2019 after his corner decided he couldn't continue. Reflecting on those experiences, Khan concedes that Alvarez possesses devastating power, but he insists Crawford's superior ring IQ and adaptability give him a real chance. In Khan's view, Crawford has the tools not just to withstand the Mexican star's firepower, but to outsmart him over the course of the fight.
Because Terence did like I did as a heavyweight, he bulked up to the weight. He been dealing with super middles and light heavyweights in training. If you can deal with him in training, you can deal with him in the fight. So the weight should not even be an issue.
Do you think Terence is that one fighter where he could accomplish what a lot of people are thinking is not doable? Is he that one fighter who's just wired and has that different DNA?
He is, and not only to mention is he the guy that can, he's already done it. How many 2 or 3 division undisputed champions have we ever had besides Usyk is a 2 division undisputed champ? This dude is a 3 division undisputed champ already, and if he win this, he'll be a 4 division undisputed champ. We may never see that again. See, people don't like to celebrate the reality when it's happening. They'll wait till the person dead and they talk about it. This man is the only 3 division undisputed champion that boxing has ever had. And we're asking, are we wondering, can he step up to a task? Really? Do you know who we're talking about? A good big guy does beat a good bad guy, but a great little guy, does beat a great small guy, but a great small guy beats a good big guy. We might be talking about a great small guy here. We'll find out after this fight, but we might be talking about, which I think we already are, but I think we're not talking about a good small guy. I think we're talking about a great small guy. Understand me? So this great small guy, like you saw with
boxing icon Roy Jones Jr. has also shared his perspective on the matchup. In his view, Crawford represents what happens when an exceptionally skilled smaller fighter takes on a naturally bigger opponent. While the old saying in boxing claims that a good big man beats a good little man, Jones argues there are rare fighters who break that mold, and Crawford might be one of them. He points to Crawford's remarkable success in becoming undisputed across 2 divisions as proof of his adaptability and technical brilliance. According to Jones, those qualities could help Crawford overcome Canelo's size advantage. His remarks echo the growing belief among fans and analysts that Crawford's fight IQ and ability to make real-time adjustments might end up being the X factor in this showdown.
First reaction, of course, it was about size of Crawford. Is it okay for him to move up for 2 weight classes? Yeah, and he has very good skill. He able to win this fight, but there is a lot of but, and even not but, there is a lot of things, small things, which we don't know how he will deal with this. He need to get used to the power and pressure of 168. Maybe he will get used to it, and how he will be feeling himself on the same day when he will fighting, how his training camp will go on, a lot of things. But he's able, he has good skills, he's awkward, he can use 2 boxing stands. It gives him benefits.
Meanwhile, Dmitry Bivol, the man responsible for Canelo's most recent defeat, has also weighed in. Bivol believes Crawford has the ability to pull off the upset, but warns the road won't be easy. Reflecting on his own win over Alvarez in May 2022, Bivol explained that Crawford's biggest challenge may not be physical, but psychological. Moving up to super middleweight, he argues comes with mental hurdles that can weigh just as heavily as the punches themselves. According to Bivol, Crawford will need to adapt not only to Canelo's power, but also to the unfamiliar mindset required when competing at a higher weight class.
It may not be the best fight in the world to watch, you know. I think that for Crawford to win, it'll have to be a boring fight. I think he uses distance in his movement, but I think Canelo's feet are a little bit slower now than they used to be. I think Crawford wins. I said it when he beat Earl Spence and everybody laughed at me. I said it that long ago.
Still, for many observers, Crawford's superior technique remains the key talking point. Former world champion Carl Frampton is among those convinced that Crawford has what it takes to win. He highlights Crawford's ability to systematically dismantle opponents with his sharp skills and tactical awareness. In Frampton's eyes, Canelo no longer carries the same intensity that once made him so dominant, while Crawford's precision and adaptability give him a clear edge. His view echoes the wider narrative building in boxing circles, that Crawford's ring IQ and ability to make adjustments could ultimately tilt this high-stakes showdown in his favor.
It would be a million times. It's still an amazing card, but you would have added a lot. Who wins, Canelo or Crawford?
I think it's gonna be a good fight, man. I'm going for Canelo, of course. You know, he's the Mexican warrior as well. But Crawford, man, you can't neglect him or you can't underestimate him as well. You know, he has a lot of skills, a lot of movement. He's a lefty as well. That's what Canelo has trouble with. I think it's gonna be an amazing fight, man. I just can't wait. And
Andy Ruiz Jr. has also shared his thoughts on the matchup. Having felt Canelo's power up close, Ruiz admitted that Crawford's awkward style and slick movement could create real problems for the Mexican star. Still, he leans toward Canelo as the favorite. Ruiz points to Alvarez's wealth of experience at super middleweight and even light heavyweight, arguing that those battles have hardened him in ways Crawford has yet to face. While he acknowledges Crawford's style could complicate matters, Ruiz believes Canelo's durability and ability to adapt, especially in the later rounds, will ultimately give him the advantage. At the end of the day, one thing is certain. A Canelo versus Crawford showdown will be nothing short of massive. So the question remains, who do you think comes out on top, Canelo or Crawford?
December 13th, Canelo versus Crawford. Crawford's making up, move up in weight. What do you think about Crawford? You got Crawford?
Crawford's gonna do it. It's gonna be a good fight.
Yeah.
I think Crawford's gonna get the edge. He's that man.
Any advice on him, this moment? You've had that moment against Mike Tyson, seizing that moment. What kind of advice would you give him?
I think he's going to be well prepared. He's looking great. You know, what I've seen in the papers and reading in the magazines.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be a great fight, but I think Crawford's going to come.
James Buster Douglas has also thrown his support behind Crawford's chances. The former heavyweight champion, famous for shocking the world against Mike Tyson, believes Crawford's speed and ring intelligence could be the keys to pulling off another upset in boxing history. Douglas argues that while Canelo may hold the physical advantages, Crawford's ability to outthink, outmaneuver, and dictate the pace inside the ring gives him a very real path to victory.
A little overrated. Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds.
Canelo's really good, really good. But I think Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants, but you have that or you don't have that ingredient. And I think he has it. Canelo's really good. He's tremendous. But could he be a tiny bit overrated? The greatness is within Crawford. It's in his desire. It's in his mind. It's in his makeup.
That viewpoint is echoed by renowned trainer Teddy Atlas, who believes the fight ultimately hinges on which man can outthink the other. While Atlas fully acknowledges Canelo's devastating power, he argues that Crawford's gift for adapting mid-fight and taking away an opponent's best weapons could be the deciding factor. In his eyes, strategy and adjustments will matter more than brute strength in determining the winner.
Get in the ring with Canelo Alvarez. Terence is not going to see anything that he hasn't seen before. No, he hasn't seen this beast on fight night, but he's seen versions of this beast for a very, very, very long time. People have said that he's a blown-up 147-pound fighter. If you remember, he said it was hard for him to make 147 when he fought Errol Spence Jr. I was like, yo, how is that possible? I didn't realize, like, he was really doing everything that's needed to gain the weight properly. Most fighters don't know how to gain weight and fit into a weight class properly.
Former welterweight champion Shawn Porter, who has firsthand experience facing Crawford, is confident in Crawford's ability to hold his own. Porter praised Crawford's discipline and meticulous preparation, emphasizing that his adaptability to different styles makes him especially dangerous for Canelo. He also pointed out that Crawford has dealt with size disadvantages before and found ways to overcome them, which is why Porter doubts Canelo's power will play as big of a role as many expect.